for being the millionth person to missay my name. You get a prize. It's a boot in your ass. I'd like to thank Jared Carter for stinking up the joint with his poop jokes. On that note, I've had to take a crap for like the past 2 hours, and I thought this was gonna be at a bar, and instead it's a coffee shop. It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be a good night. So, jokes. Let's do those. What do you call stale bread that you turn to French toast? Bread Dead Redemption. That's right. We got these 200 IQ gamer jokes out here. Yeah. I love video games. Anybody else play video games? Woo! This guy, that person. Yeah. Video games are great. They take me back to a time where I wanted to save the princess instead of just have sex with her. And video games are cool, but I think they're ruining my life because, like, I know how to successfully manage an entire Starfleet, but I can't manage a budget. I don't know.
It happens. Struggle's real. Struggle's real.
I know this is a family-friendly event, but I'm gonna have to ask: who's got weed? Nobody? I don't believe you. Stony. That's profiling, and profiling is wrong. I love weed. I'm kind of like a hummingbird for weed. I'm like frantically flying from one source of weed to the other, or I'm gonna die. That's pretty fun. No? Fine. Family friendly. Speaking of weed, let's talk about Bernie Sanders. I don't know why it goes together, it just does. I like Bernie, but my only concern about him is that he's gonna die before anything happens. Which leads me to think, I wish they would remake the movie Weekend at Bernie's where Bernie Sanders dies, like, the day before the election's done. And two of his supporters find him and pick him up. They're like, come on, dude, we gotta find someone else. Like, no, dude, Bernie, your bus. They grab him, throw some shades on him. You younger people don't get this. They'll take him to a debate, like, I'm a pro worker. It could be fun. I think we could also remake Big Trouble in Little China where it actually stars an Asian person. Right? That'd be cool. A little bit about me. I'm actually kind of, sort of from this area. I grew up in Live Oak, which is not that far. It's cool, man. It was a nice multicultural way to start life. Like, there's some white people, a lot of Mexican people, a lot of Sikh people. It was cool. Like, I got to smell food in my neighborhood that I didn't get to eat at my house, so that was pretty sick. My first girlfriend was Mexican, and I found out that Mexican people talk about their favorite muffins while they're having sex, and that was weird. It's weird, because the entire time she was going, Poppy seed, Poppy seed. This girl loves poppy seed muffins. This is crazy. And I'm trying to be a part of it because I want to be in the culture. I want to now abuelita. I'm trying to get some flautas. So things going, I'm like, banana nut! And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm trying to be banana nut. One time I actually got to go to a Sikh friend's house for dinner, which was cool. I finally got to taste the curry and I was smelling in my neighborhood. I was sick. But I go there and they got all the plates full of shit. They got the naan bread, they got the roti, they got all that good shit. And my plate is empty. And I'm wondering what's up with that. And eventually they bring in for me a kid cuisine. With the penguin on it. With the penguin on it. They bring me and lay it out in front of me, and I'm gonna say something. And my buddy looks at me and goes, and he was right. Because if you don't know this, ethnic families have no problem hitting other people's kids. That's right. I ate that K cuisine. It was the most racist meal I ever ate in my life. Isn't it weird when your worst friend is also the most religious one? Is that true with anybody else? No? I have a Catholic friend, and he's super weird because he would lie to us and go to strip clubs, but that's not the weird part. The weird part is that he believes in magic. Like, I had to ask him, like, you think magic is real? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, bro. If magic is real, why do I have a job? Why do I have a job? Why am I not shooting lightning bolts at dragons? If magic is real, what are we doing here? Like, what version of D&D is this? I know, there's only 2 gamers in here. This is not high IQ enough for me. As a federally licensed gamer, this is just not working out. Good lord. What else do we got? Jared mentioned Casa Lupe, which is great. I got vetted into Casa Lupe. They gave me a hat for free. Which is like the closest thing you can get to be donned by a king around here. I walk in with the hat, they call me sir and shit. I was in there getting a burrito like I do any day that I have money. And I can't help but hear the extremely Caucasian man behind me order his food. And he says, "I'd like a burrito with no guacamole, please." First of all, bro, who do you think you are to think that guacamole is free? And second of all, you're saying no to it? I'm sorry you just came down from Canada and you can't handle flavor up in this valley of prosperity. What I'm trying to say is, maybe we shouldn't be building a wall on the southern border. Maybe we could just put it on the northern border and keep those Canucks out. I've been Sam Mallett, Sam Mullet to some, an annoyance to you all. You have a great night. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next up we got...